All right, go for it.
Good mythical morning, everyone. Hope you all got your dark roast in hand because it's time to listen to the Gorilla Man and his co-host, the incomparable Latino heat himself, El Cuco, aka CJ, from RogueMoney.net, where we bring you the news, the views, and all the information that's important to you. Check us out on RogueMoney.net. Follow us on Twitter at the Rogue Money. Rogue Money on Facebook, DTube, Steam it, every single podcasting app known to humanity. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, subscribe to the podcast. It's important to show your love and support for all things that is furry. And with that being said, CJ, also, I forgot to mention our awesome sponsors over at RemainCom.net. RemainCom.net, if you got debt problems, you need some financial relief, don't freak out. Remain calm. RemainCom.net also gives you smart banking options. They're able to make it all better for you. And on top of that, you can get your gold USB to surf the web anonymously. Don't freak out. Remain calm. With that being said, CJ, what's crack-a-lacking, buddy?
Hey, sorry for a little tech delay getting started, but we are here. That's the most important thing. But had a great weekend, V. How was yours?
My weekend was ecstatic. It was wonderful. It was great. A lot of good eating this weekend, CJ. A lot of good eating. I went to one of my favorite restaurants around here. Had a delicious 14-ounce New York strip and a platter of the most delectable gifts from the ocean, such as Maine lobster, oysters, clams, mussels. It was all delicious. It was
V, you know
wonderful.
it's not even it's not even the holidays yet, V. So
I
now what are
know
you
I'm
gonna do for this week?
pre-gaming early, buddy. I think this Thanksgiving I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna cook myself some good. I might not even do anything. I think this Thanksgiving, man. I think I'm just gonna head out to one of my favorite restaurants that happens to be open that day, and I'm just gonna sit down as a family and just gorge.
Perfect. That sounds good. That sounds really good.
Absolutely, man. How was your weekend?
It was great. It was a very interesting weekend. Keeping up the had a great weekend with the family. The wife is trying to get me conditioned to get the decorations and everything early. Started early
Oh,
this year for
yeah,
Christmas, so we will have to wait and see how that goes. But it was also an interesting news cycle as well. Just the anticipation,
yeah.
happening, a lot going on. So where would you like to start?
I guess we could talk about what's going on in the Middle East because that just keeps heating up faster and faster than a I don't know, man. It's heating up faster than a reactor over at Fukushima. you know. So I guess we could bring in there. Hey, real quick, dude. I was thinking maybe Wednesday we do V and CJ's Black Friday gift buying guide. That'd be pretty cool, right? Do a
Oh, that would be fun for listeners. Yeah,
yeah. Why not, dude? Let's just talk about tech deals,
Thanksgiving
gifts out there.
broadcast.
Thanksgiving, Brock. Why not? Exactly. Just put it out there real quick. So maybe we
That
do
could
it on
save our fans
Wednesday.
a lot of time. That could
Yeah,
save our fans a lot of time. Yeah,
yeah.
if we'll
Great
go
gift
through
giving
the
ideas. We can do
latest
all
and the
that.
greatest.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It'll be our own little
Let's do it.
V and CJ's holiday guide to surviving the holidays.
Okay,
Little
so we'll see
little
everyone.
break, little break from the
Yeah, so we'll
usual.
see everyone on Wednesday.
Hmm. Absolutely. So get your notebooks ready, and we're going to tell you some of the hottest gifts you can buy in tech and all these other great little trinkets that we so love over here at Rogue Money. Siege, Israel and the Saudis have all the Middle East on high alert. What is going on with these two nut jobs? I mean, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, so they called, urgent meetings, I believe, on Sunday that were conducted in regards to, what exactly is going on with the alert. They're trying to draw a lot more attention to Iran, to Hezbollah, trying to, basically state that they're, a terrorist organization, that at this point they're not going to declare war against Iran. And we've heard this before. They're not going to declare war, but if there's another event that potentially could happen, then they're going to have no choice but to escalate things. And obviously, this has Hezbollah on high alert. I think Hezbollah is very concerned regarding any type of a false flag event, something happened in Lebanon or another part of the Middle East, and then they blame it specifically on Iran and Hezbollah. We all know that the Saudis are wanting to escalate things, with trying to draw Israel into it as well. Just very interesting to see all this play out. V, what are your thoughts?
I think this is for the Saudis and for the Israelis. This is a perfect example of an exercise in futility. Um, they're not going to win. Okay, they really are not going to win this debacle. The useless militaries of Saudi Arabia and even the majority of the Israeli IDF, they have no there's no win option in trying to go into Lebanon and try to pick a fight. I think it's stupid. I think what they're trying to do for whatever reasons, because their whole Middle Eastern trying to bring the world into the war, into some sort of war, into some sort of battle in the Middle East, is the dumbest thing in the world, and I think it's going to clearly backfire here. Um, and you know what? I mean, a lot of things have happened, CJ. Bashar al-Assad has come back from the dead, so to speak, stronger than ever. Over 1 million Syrians are returning back to Syria because they feel safe now. ISIS is pretty much done. ISIS is at this point completely useless. They're pretty much done away with at this point. So what's left for the deep state? What is left for the deep state?
Yeah, and
Turning on
I think
Lebanon.
you nailed it. Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
nailed it. Talking specifically around the whole loss in Syria, and now that they have this fear that's building. I know London Paul is going to talk about it as well. A lot of emails going back and forth this weekend with W and Bankster. They really seem to have their pulse on a lot of events unfolding. Key takeaway that I would say from this is on Sunday is that they are trying to form somewhat of a consensus of a coalition. I don't think it's going to happen, Vienna, nor do I think with the events happening in the United States, and it seems like we have an escalation of things here in the United States, that the U.S. militarily is going to be there to back the Saudis in any type of a war. So they may be going about it alone if they choose to do this.
The Saudis are going to be. I mean, Benjamin Netanyahu is an idiot. He's a moron. He's a corrupt war criminal. This guy needs to be thrown in jail alongside with Jared Kushner. But that being said, there is still a lot of great people that are in Israel that have sense, that can look at the situation and be like, this is not to the benefit of Israel. This is not to the benefit of the Israeli people. This is not to the benefit of the Middle East. This is not going to benefit Jew or Arab. It is a disaster. It is going to be a humanitarian disaster on a scale to which the world's never seen. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, there's going to be a war between Saudi Arabia and Iran. No. And I think one of the analysts over at RT, who was on RT, said it best. Any sort of a war between Saudi Arabia and Iran would have oil prices shooting through the roof. They put out there, $200-300 a barrel. All you need to do is get oil up to $180 a barrel, and pretty much that is the end of the needed right this minute supply chain that American retail business and food supplies all depend on. That all screeches to a halt. Okay, so this is something that um, that it's just not going to happen. I'm telling everybody right now, this whole Saudi Arabian, King Salman, look at what I have underneath my curtain robes, you know, pissing contest that's happening in the Middle East here. Okay, nothing's going to become of it because again, a lot of people who think this is going to emerge into a great conflict between Israel and Saudi Arabia and the U.S. on one side, fighting against the Iranians and the Syrians and and Russia on the other. You're forecasting in a bubble, and I'll tell you why you're forecasting in a bubble. There is a Russian force there. That's going to stop a lot of this insanity from ensuing. Number one. Number two, China has operational forces in Syria. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Gotcha, bitch. So, what's happening with China over there? They have Blackwater, not Blackwater, Dragon Water, Dragon whatever. It's a contracted PMC, private military corporation that is basically owned by the government of China, and they are there. Okay, they're on the ground. Okay, now people say, well, Saudi Arabia is going to supply. They're throwing financial support at Israel for so Israel could be involved. The Saudis are burned through so much money; they're broke at this point. They don't have much money to throw around. Number one. Number two, the Russians.
Uh-oh, V, you just cut out on me. If you could relaunch your Hangout, I'll send you a text to let you know.
It just
Blue,
end. It's
there
not
you
going
go.
to
You're
end
back.
anyway. Yeah,
We
it's
lost you
not
for
going to
like
end.
the last 5 seconds. The last 5 seconds, we lost you.
Yeah, no. What I was trying to say is that it's not going to end well for the Russians. Give me 1 second, man.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. No. No, it's not. And then you have what occurred this past weekend as well at the UN, where you have Nikki Haley, where they're wanting to continue this entire fake investigation of chemical weapons being used in Syria. The primary reason that they're wanting to do this fee is just so the sake that they can keep U.S. forces in Syria.
Yep,
Russia did block this specifically from happening, which is a good thing. But for some reason, the United States wants to stick to this paradigm of Syria. Like there's something that they're going to be able to do at this point to completely switch things around, and it's not going to happen. Let's keep in mind that the United States forces that are there illegally, and now we're starting to see not only Russian news-based agencies, but we're also starting to see the BBC and other ones come forth to tell a different story, to tell the truth about the U.S.'s actions in Syria all along. That these efforts to disrupt, to remove Bashir Assad from power, in large part was due to U.S. influence.
absolutely correct, my man. Absolutely correct. The whole entire thing right there. It's finally come out what we've been saying for days, for weeks, for months at this point. There's massive collusion between the U.S. and ISIS, and now we know it. It's bare for everyone to see. It's public knowledge right now, officially in the Western world. CJ, it's unreal.
Just completely unreal, a very broken paradigm that's refusing to shift. And what I want to know, V, is this: answer me this, as far as the United States, regarding our Congress representatives, our Senate, where is the outcry of the humanitarian crisis in Yemen? Where is the outcry of
None.
the hundreds of children that are dying each day as a direct result of the Saudis and the U.S. that's providing not only intelligence but providing, refueling their military that we provide? Nothing is happening, with
Right.
Yemen, and it's very disappointing to see that the rogue nation that we have become
Right.
is continuing this escalation in Yemen, and I think we all know why. It's because the Saudis look at Yemen, they know how undeveloped that it is, it's very impoverished, very poor, because they don't have the development there, and I think that in
Correct.
part when the Saudis think of their future, they think specifically of Yemen.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Because they want that Al Noor City project. They want that deep water port. They want the fact that LNG, that Yemen is sitting off one of the largest LNG discoveries in the entire world, and they need a puppet government in Yemen. They wanted to take it over. They want total control of it, and they have a Shia problem. And they have a Shia problem from their southern borders in Saudi Arabia through Bahrain into Yemen. Okay, the Houthis, even though they're Shia, they're more Sunni than Shia, but they have a problem there. And you know what? It's something that the Saudis have zero control over. And then you have idiots like Nikki Haley, who I don't think is an evil person, but I just think is a an idiot through and through. And Nikki Haley graduated from the Lindsay Tickle My Butt Grabs School of International Relations, and therefore this moron is out there talking nonsense about Bashir al-Assad must go like a broken record. Nikki Haley needs to go back to the Waffle House from whence she came. CJ.
Yeah, it's truly amazing to watch the geopolitical awakening that's happening around the globe. V, and I know that London Paul is going to help shed some light in regards to Angela Merkel, that she is slowly fading, that she is losing some of her power structure. But we've also witnessed some big changes occurring with the Zimbabwe, with Mugabe. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, V?
It was only a matter of time before Mugabe went bye bye. Okay, Robert Mugabe, who is a corrupt, not only corrupt, but a total idiot who's ruined his country, who's destroyed the very the fabric of his nation. Um, he's gone. Why is he gone? Well, you guys are right now listening to somebody who worked in a very small community. I was a cobalt trader. That was my specific. That was my specialty: cobalt, vanadium, molybdenum. Those are the metals, the strategic metals I was involved in. So years and years ago, almost a decade ago, I said to myself, cobalt's going to be big as the world heats up. Well, Zimbabwe was the main place where we'd get cobalt out of. Okay, we'd have it shipped to Johannesburg, and then from Joburg it went to Norway. Back then, there was Falcon Bridge was in business, and Falcon Bridge would actually refine the product for us, and we broker cobalt throughout the whole world. We were one of the big suppliers there. Okay, so that kind of went, a little bit onto the side because Mugabe's a total moron and an idiot. But now China's been doing a lot of development in Zimbabwe, a lot of development. And that development, CJ, has to do with infrastructure, with so many of the things that they're doing over there, roads, you name it. China is making sure Mugabe is out. Because right now, the hottest metal, I've said this almost a year ago, I've said it a couple months ago, I've said it before anyone, cobalt is going to be hot. It is a hot metal. Watch it rise. Cobalt prices are through the roof now. Now they're writing articles about it, the whole nine yards. I predicted that. Okay. So cobalt being in Zimbabwe is very strategic. It's vital not only for nuclear fission, it's vital for guidance systems, for smartphones, for car batteries, like your stupid Teslas. Okay. It's vital for all those things. And that's the main reason why Mugabe's got to go, because he's an idiot and he's in play. Just like Kim Jong Un will be removed when he's no longer viable to the One Belt, One Road initiative. Okay, so these are the types of things that are happening in this world, and Mugabe's being removed without firing a single bullet.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. And what again with Angela Merkel, I know it's completely shift there, V, but I think there's a big message, there's a big tell to tell in regards to exactly what is happening, and that's that this whole globalism, this whole view of world government is completely falling apart. And Germany, in Merkel in particular, was one of the strongholds, piecing, keeping the EU together. And now we see that witness that she's completely losing her power base, losing her power structure. Any types of talks and negotiations of restructuring, any time a formidable coalition of government has completely ceased. They have walked away from negotiations. There's talk; it's a far stretch, but there is discussion in regards to if there is new elections held, in the case that Angela Merkel could be removed as Chancellor of Germany. V.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And CJ, on that note, I have to run. If you can wrap
Yeah,
up and then
absolutely.
follow.
I'll close it out. Very good.
Thank
Yep.
you, buddy.
Yep, absolutely. So, want to thank everyone for listening in today. We do have a big day planned here at Rogue. We have London Paul coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we're absolutely excited for his show, The Serious Report. Please like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, also on Steemit, and we will be back at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So get ready. It's going to be definitely an awesome show as always. Thank you once again. This is V and CJ. We are over and out.